Well, it's Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post time, and it's been a little bit of a while waiting for these handicap weights to come, but once they've come, we need to act, and we need to act fast. And I know my colleague Will Smith here with me at which Bookie has gone through a few of the competitive handicap chases, and I've put up an article about one of the most competitive handicap hurdles, the Coral Cup. I've put up a few selections for the Boodles handicap hurdle on this site, but the Coral Cup looks a tricky race, but I've outlined two from the weights that I think have a decent enough chance in the race. One being the JP McManus owned The Shunter. Now you can get 16 to 1 non-runner no bet about The Shunter with plenty of bookmakers at the moment, and a lot of bookmakers paying out 5 places each way, notably Paddy Power. I think this horse has a great chance if he goes for this race, and the reason I believe he might go for this race is his chase mark's 155 for the Festival Handicap Chase, the Ultima and the Plate, and his hurdle mark is 148, so especially if you manage to get a good claimer potentially to take off £3 or £5, the likes of a Jack Foley, you could suddenly be riding this horse over 150 or 145 or 143 in theory. That being said, even if he was being ridden by the likes of a Brian Hayes, he would have a chance off 148 based off his form last year over hurdles. You remember he won a Great Wood hurdle on the old course back in November time last year. He also won the Moor Battle hurdle at Kelso and was third in a really competitive handicap hurdle at Punchestown over 2-4 at the end of the season. He won the Festival Plate last year over 2-5, and he also came third in a Grade 1 over fences between then and now at Aintree. So he has good form under both codes. He is as good over hurdles as he is over fences, but yet has that more lenient mark. And 16 to 1 non-runner no bet seems to be a very wise way to play in the Coral Cup. The other horse I quite like in the race is actually a smaller price, and it's from Dan Skelton's yard. It's Unexpected Party, a big grey horse, an imposing horse, and most importantly, an improving horse this year. And he did it really nicely at Ascot last time out, beating a horse called Phil Dudery, 4.5 lengths. I think that's really good for him. He's been raised £10 for that effort, so he's going to have to improve again. But I was reading Dan Skelton's stable tour, and sometimes stable tours are a little bit, you have to provide a little bit of caution with what you read. But they said that if it wasn't for the fact that he was well handicapped, this horse would probably end up running in a graded race, and potentially still could go on to run in maybe the 2.5 mile graded race at Aintree come the end of the season, or maybe one of the graded novice hurdles at Ayr. That's what they regard this horse in, and the fact that he was off 132 the last day was probably of no surprise that he went and won so impressively. He came second at the November meeting behind Gowell Road. He was given probably a tentative enough ride by Bridget Andrews that day, and he has strengthened up since then. So I'm expecting this horse to have come on plenty for that, and potentially to be able to reverse that form around with Gowell Road, who's not without his chance in this race as well. He's 10 to 1 non-runner no bet with Sky Bet, Unexpected Party, and again, I think at this stage you might as well, you're struggling to find an Ante-Post market that isn't non-runner no bet at this stage, so you might as well take the little bit of a risk aversion by backing with those sort of bookmakers with these sort of terms. So the Shunter 16 to 1 and Unexpected Party 10 to 1, both each way, both 5 places available with their respective bookies, non-runner no bet, and hopefully the two of them can run very well if going to the Coral Cup.